What we have here is a Breedlove guitar made in Bent, Indiana, I believe. It's an AD25 SR Plus. Right, the theory is simple. Press down there and press up on the head to close the gap after I put the glue in. But it's not so easy to maintain. So what I'm having to do is I have you can't just see it, there's a clamp there holding the guitar body firm to my desk. And I'm going to use two clamps, one there and one there. And if it closes it up, brilliant. If it doesn't, then I'll use a lever to press the head up. So now I need to open it up a little bit to put some glue right down inside the neck, which ain't going to be easy either because I don't want to spread it any further than it is. And I don't know whether this crack goes the whole way to the truss rod. So I could be filling glue up here and putting something into the truss rod, although I don't see that as a big problem because the truss rod will not adhere to the tight bond. This is tight bond. This is the glue that everybody uses in the guitar industry for guitar repair work and wood and everything. It is the best. Rosa String Works uses it. So if Rosa uses it, I'm happy. So as you can see, there's a lot of glue there. And I'm pushing it in further to get it inside. I don't want to push the neck down too far to get it there. So now I put this to the side and I've got about 10 minutes to work. So now I'll use a tissue just to mop up the bad mess that I've made. And we'll be doing more of that in a second because I'm expecting to see quite a bit of squeeze through. So I'm going to put a cloth on the bottom side of the neck and I'm going to put a cloth on the top side of the neck so there's no damage done by the clamp. So I don't know what you can see there, but I'll try to let you see what you can. And I just hope that this is enough pressure. These lovely little clamps have enough pressure to bring the head down to where it needs. If not, I'll use a metal clamp right in the middle, but we'll see first of all with this. Luckily the bottom side of where the clamp is flat, so we're talking about a flat surface, and that is squeezing, but it's not squeezing it hard enough, so the neck does need to be pushed up. So this is where I'm going to use wedgies like that, build up a wedgie. I'm not going to put too much pressure. It actually doesn't need too much pressure. It just needs the neck wedged up a little bit. And with the clamp being held down tight, it tight to the, let me just try another one. Let me just see, I don't want to force the neck. Right, okay. Now, yeah, that's perfect. These clamps are holding it. Now I'm going to clean up that squeeze through. And I'll bring the camera over so you'll let you see it closer. Fortunately, yes, it's back. And it's broken along exactly the same place as what I fixed it. Now I did say, oh, hold on a second. Hopefully those don't affect the sound. I did say that it might be back, but I really wasn't expecting it back because tight bond glue is the best in the business. Tight bond glue, which nobody sponsors me, but it's the best in the business. And I was expecting to slather in a pile of glue there, close it up, and it would stay there permanently. But Why do I look that way whenever the camera lens is over that way? So I should continue to look. I'm not a professional. I didn't shave. This is not Britain's Got Talent. So, excuse me. Anyway, I'm an old man. I don't need to shave. Right. This thing, I think, you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same results, but still to keep doing it. Well, what I'm going to do is do it again. Hello, Georgia girl. Are you happy just disturbing me walking across my face? So what I'm going to do is I looked at the last video and I think I didn't do it correctly. I know you saw me slathering lots of glue in there and closing it up, but what I think I didn't do, I was afraid to go too far inside, so I didn't put glue the whole way back. But the most important thing I didn't do is that I pressed the top up to close it rather than clamping it. So there's a future for this guitar. I could put a couple of bolts through it there, but if you might just see it there, that's exactly where the wood joins. I could put a couple of gold bolts through there and there. I may have to do that sometime, but it's not a great candidate for gouging out something with a router and then creating a butterfly and putting it in there. I couldn't do that anyway. So if it has to come back to me again, I'm going to have to put 2 bolts in it and glue it. But there's no danger for me now to glue this. And if it opens again, there's no damage done. Could you look over there, Austin? That's where the lens is. Stop looking over there. Why are you looking over there? That's where the lens is. Maybe I should bring my big camera down and talk to the lens. Anyway, so what I'm going to do this time, which I didn't do last time, which I think I needed to do, I'm going to get the glue further on up in, and I'll show you a little clip. I got a boroscope. I bought a boroscope, and my goodness, the quality of the images is awful. But you can see that little clip of that now. But I used my iPhone again and looked in there, and you can see quite clearly better than the boroscope. And you can see that I can't see any glue. And I don't know why I can't see any glue. I can't see any sign of glue in there. You'd think I should be able to see some signs of glue, don't you? Okay. You should see some remnants. You know the way you put glue against glue? I can't see it. So what I'm going to do is the same as what I did before, but this time I'm going to put a firm clamp on each side of this and squeeze it. Because last time all I did was have something press up against it on this side. Stop looking over there. On this side. So this time I'm going to clamp it firmly after I slather it. So I'll come back to you. I'm going to do that. What I'm going to look for, and because it's flat on both sides, I'm going to look for something to protect this wood that I can clamp it tightly with. Okay, back in a sec. Over there. Over there. Now, I've taken those off, but I've just noticed something. There's a crack right up the neck there. But it's not there, but it's up there. You can feel it with your nails, a little crack. And there's not there, but it's there on that head. I don't know what that difference is going to make, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a felt pad there. It's a double-sided tape felt pad, but I'm not Georgie girls playing with things in the background. And a felt pad there. Then I can put wood on it like that, and then I'll clamp it as low down as I can to the crack. But this head, I just spotted that, and that's hopefully it shouldn't make an awful lot. I can't do anything with it anyway, except for hide it. But we'll see. We'll see. Going to do that now. Right. Okay. Let's start slathering, and it's going to be me pressing down on it and putting glue in at the same time. I can't see in the back because it's so dark, but I'm going to put the glue in there. It's so dark I can't see in there, but when I've done all the gluing that I think I need to do, I'll get a light and go in there, and I'll let you see too whenever I get way back in there. And top and bottom. And get it, make sure. And make sure I've got glue on top and bottom. Right, okay. Now that should be enough glue to glue two donkeys together and an elephant helping pulling them apart. So I got a feeling the problem was mine for not being the clamping, but we'll soon find out. We'll soon find out, because if this comes back again, it'll break along the same lines. And I'll just get in the corners here and make sure I get enough glue to get in there. As you can see, it's gone up in there, and it just, right, okay, there's enough glue in there. Right, so I'll put the glue aside and do my clamping. And as I said to you before, it's always worth rehearsing, and I've already done that rehearsing. So let's hopefully now, when the real thing, when you do your rehearsal, it'll work for you. I'm using two new clamps, and I'll put one on to hold it first of all, and then I'll position it a bit better, because I think I want it to come down closer to the glue, like that. Right, and the felt clamps away from there. I think you can see, can't you? Yeah, you can. So I'm going to move this clamp to the side and clamp it down. All right, okay, let's see you move. Let's see you do it. Come on, boy. Put another clamp on the other side, just checking that none of the wood's touching it. A little wood dent. It's not going to be as bad as two big screws having to be put into it, so let's just make sure that we have it right. I'm going to tighten these down. Windy day outside. You can hear the noise. Now you can see the squeeze through. And there's considerably more pressure this time on the neck than last time. So, okay, let's get rid of some of that squeeze through and feel what we have in the way of a little edge. The thing about this glue is you can reignite it, you might say, with water. And if you do spill some and you can't get it off, you put a little drop of water on it. Let me just, you see that? Look, there's still more glue coming out. And I thought I had that pressed hard. And there's still more gluing out. So obviously it's not pressed as hard as it needs to be. So I'm going to move it down further in the neck. Loosen it first of all. Right. There's still some squeeze through coming through whenever I use my the lever aspect. So let's bring this down further in the neck. To there. Now I won't be able to see the squeeze through. I might be able to get out with a paintbrush that's been wetted, so I'll be able to remove it that way. Let's just see the squeeze through there. This is still turning. Why? Okay, now the felt's on top of the squeeze through. That's not what I wanted. Thank goodness you have time to play with these things. Oh, well, actually, it's not on top of the squeeze through, it's right at the edge, so I would say it's perfect. Now I have to get in there to get that squeeze through out. Best to take as much as you can off at this stage. You will be able to take it off later on, but right, what is that? Can I see it with my finger? Right, let's have a look at the other side for you anyway. What can you see? Can you see anything with the window open? Where is it? I don't know what you can see there, but I can see it better than you at this moment in time, so I'm going to do it this way. The temperature in my room is always cool. It costs a fortune to heat this place. It's 13 degrees, it says on that temperature gauge. And it's 14 degrees over there. I prefer it just a little bit warmer than that, maybe 16. But, right, okay, let me just use my finger. You're getting to see lots of me in this, aren't you lucky people? Right, okay. Now, come to me, Mommy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let that, those are tight, I tell you they're tight. I'm going to, what's that do I see? Is that glue up there? It is. Let me just see if I can get that. Hold on. The camera off there accidentally, sorry. I thought I got that bit, but I mustn't have done. Must be up there. That's better, and there's some along the top. I'm using the camera as my guide. Okay, and there's, I'm not going to go crazy about that little bit in there, and that looks fine. Okay, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to publish this, and you can see next week. I'll publish this tonight. It'll just be a quick video, and you can see next week what the results are. Hold on a second. If I touch that there, then I cut the camera off, and I didn't want to screw down the thing. So you can see next week what the results are of this little fix, and it'll be a short clip.